the chairs, looking ahead to this weekend's slate of games, and the state of Florida has given us really all we need so far this college football season. South Florida, they go into the swamp, they get the win over Florida. Now they're going to visit Miami and trying to make it 3 ranked wins in a row to start the season. What are we going to see? I'll get your predictions in a second, but what are we going to see between these two teams when they kick off?
Well, you're going to see two teams that have great quarterbacks that can score in very different ways. Carson Beck, obviously, was perfect last week throwing the football, but Miami is also a very balanced offense. Offensively, they can run the football. That, to me, can present a problem for this USF team that runs a 3-3-5, so they have one guy in their 2 deep that's a 300-pound defensive lineman. That's identical to what Miami saw against Notre Dame. We saw what happened. They were able to wear them down as the season went along, and I think we're going to see something similar. As the game went along.
Man, that was quick.
Long game. Randy had a really long game. We had like 2.5 hours of rain delays the other day in Annapolis.
A lot of shiny stuff. Yeah, you know, you look at this team, and I think I want to keep just saying Miami's physically so much better. But if you say that, you've got to be able to look at a team like USF and what they've done in the recruiting world. Coach Golesh and that staff have done a pretty amazing job. They've even got another Grammatica, because he kicked that 20-yard.
How many kids does he have?
I know. He kicked another field goal or 20-yarder to win that game. But the difference, I think, like you made the point, is going to be at the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
It's totally different type of team. And for everything that Florida couldn't take advantage of, I think Miami can.
Boom, there it is. And it's vividly clear that this Bulls team, there's nothing to mess with. They are a physical bunch. They fly to the football on the defensive side of the ball, but AT is correct. They are light in the britches, so games and stunts and those things they employ to their benefit. And it's about rallying. Everybody has to get to the ball carrier, and you can't miss tackles. I saw a couple of those by their backer in that Florida ball game. There were some opportunities in that back end on their secondary, too, that Lagway of Florida missed as well. But this team, they play together, man. You have to love the fervor with which they compete. And having all the veterans on that team, 33 seniors, as I mentioned, and now to believe, you know, success breeds confidence, and they have a ton of it. But this Miami team, love the balance. Messidor and Bain at the end. If they get in 3rd and long, you know they're coming out to Byrum Brown. But he is so tough to bring down. That is a big old young man. He is not afraid. And I love how they use him between the tackles, too. They run him. It's not just zone reads on the outside of the perimeter. It's straight at you like a lead fullback.
He leads the team in rushing, right? He's their #1 running threat. Obviously, timely with his arm. He's 65% passer. No picks so far this year. So he's played great football. What's interesting, though, is and you mentioned 33 seniors. That's really difficult to do as a group of 6 program, because everybody in the Power Four is looking for experience, people who can come and play, and they're poaching.
Yes.
You know, they go into the portal is after that third-party person calls and says, we want you to go into the portal. To get 33 guys to say, no, I'm going to stay here, means that's a together bunch. And it's the reason why they're sitting there.
What does it say about that coach?
Yeah, and it says that their coach is the kind of guy that brings that galvanization. Yeah. So there's a lot to like about South Florida. I just think the gig's up. I think they realize everybody now knows they're the real deal. They're the only team in the country that's won 2 games against ranked opponents. So this is not going to be a surprise when they come down to Hard Rock. And Miami will be waiting for them. And I think Carson Beck's on a reclamation tour. I think he wants to reclaim what he thought was rightfully his, as the moniker as the best quarterback in the country. He's off to a good start. A Notre Dame win, 22 of 24 last week. Yeah. This guy's ready to go. And I think Mario will put it on him as he's trying to create an identity with this team. So I'm going to take Miami, but I think it's going to be a whale of game, and I salute what Coach Golesh has gotten done at South Florida.
By the way, did you ever celebrate when you were calling plays upstairs, the way the South Florida
that was so cool.
Did you see that clip?
Listen.
The way they were celebrating. The Florida coaches were right next to them as they're going to the elevator.
That video is when they're leaving the press box to go to the elevator to get down to that locker room. And when you pull off an upset like that, you just want to be with the guys.
Yes.
And so what they were doing was racing, and you could see the giddiness of the monumental nature of beating Florida, an SEC school with all the resources and all the stuff. You just not just beat them, you outgained them.
At their place.
At their place. So
Yeah, it wasn't flukish.
Allow them to have their moment of giddiness.
It was like they blew up the Death Star.
But you got to understand, it's Florida, right? So all these kids that are
wanted
in
to go to
Tampa,
play there, right?
The last time.
And that's one of the interesting storylines for this game. They're not going to walk down there intimidated. They're coming down from Tampa. They're heading south now. But a lot of those dudes didn't get recruited by Miami or played against those guys or have family in the area. They're going to be ready to play. If Miami wins this game, they're going to have to take it away from USF.
Reason why they better be ready.
And, Rick, to your point, Byrum Brown hasn't thrown any interceptions. They're +4 in the turnover category.
Yeah.
The best recipe the South Florida Bulls can have to win this game is to get some sort of spark play early, get the crowd out of it, get them some juice and some confidence, and turnovers are a great way to do it.
And I talked about how this is like a season within the state of Florida itself. Miami will still have Florida and Florida State very soon on their schedule. So it's been pretty exciting already in the month
State
of September.
championship.
It's like a round robin. By the way, both of the coaches hitting the podium on Tuesday to talk about the anticipation of this weekend's matchup.
When it's really powerful is when somebody else tells your story, because you're relevant to be told. Your story is relevant to be told. That's powerful. Essentially, go play and let somebody else tell your story.
I think anytime you step on the field, the game better mean more to you than it does to the other side, you know, regardless of what that logo looks like or whatnot. And in rivalry games, you know how those go, man. You're never all the way in it, never all the way out of it, right? You've got to play all the way 4 quarters, 60 minutes until that clock says 0 and overtime if necessary. So certainly a lot of energy behind our program, momentum behind it. So we're looking forward to a great opportunity on Saturday.
And there is Carson Beck on his redemption tour. What'd you call it?
Reclamation. Reclaiming my spot.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
He lost it? What?
Actually, his receivers dropped it.
Last year.
72% down to 64%. And a lot of the, boo birds in the Georgia, because they didn't make it to the final rung of the ladder last year, blamed it on him. And he got out of there. They got upset that he took more money and so forth. And so this is an opportunity for him to get where he feels like he rightfully should be, which is that platform as one of the top quarterbacks in the country and one the NFL covets.
Well, that and his arm went the wrong direction during the SEC championship game. All right, so anyone thinks they're coming down to the final possession this week?
I don't think so. I think it'll be closer than maybe some people predict because of how South Florida is going to come out, but Miami should win this game 10-plus points.
Yeah, I agree with you, and look forward to the games afterwards between Florida State and and then Florida for Miami.
Wide right.
Yeah, now those games might come down to the last possession.
Oh, my goodness. That's going to be a slobber knocker when they hook up. This weekend will be as well. The Bulls, they're going to come ready to play. They'll forget about what happened this past weekend. But Miami, once again, no sneaking up on them. And they're on a mission, not just their quarterback, this head coach, this entire program. I think Miami wins.
All right, we'll be here to watch it.